Hello.
Yes, hello, Jack.
Hi, good evening, teacher Lester.
Yes, good evening. How are you?
Yeah, pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yeah, because it's the end of the week.
Oh, okay. So do
Uh,
you? It seems that you have plans this weekend.
no, but I feel relaxed.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay. All right. Yeah. So no work tomorrow and on Sunday,
yeah, so I
and
can
there
relax.
is holiday
Yeah, two
coming.
consecutive days of hard.
2 consecutive days. Wow.
Yeah,
Okay. So any plans for that?
maybe see.
Hello.
No,
Yeah. Can you hear me? Hello. Hello. I'm sorry.
yeah,
Yeah, I just needed to restart my Wi-Fi connection.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, I think
It
it's better
seems.
now. Okay.
Yeah,
Yes, let's just
yeah, I can hear your voice again.
okay. Yeah, so going back to talking about your holiday. Any plans for it?
Yeah. I'm going to watch some streaming movie at home, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. What kinds of movies you like?
Mm, some funny movie.
Funny.
Yeah. Like the uh, mm, mm, something like the comedy.
Comedy. Oh, okay. Alright,
Yeah.
maybe I'll try to think of the funny movies or comedies that
Mm,
I have watched before and then I'll send it to you so you can search it.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for your
Okay.
sharing.
Yeah, alright. So, ready to have our lesson?
Okay. So uh, next vocabulary is predict, right?
Yes. Predict.
So it means to declare or indicate in advance, especially foretell on the basis of observation, experience, or scientific reason.
Yes.
Yes, and my sentence is it's hard to predict when the consumer confidence for stock market will restore.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly.
Then
Okay.
then another way to say it is consumer confidence for stock market is predicted to restore.
To restore.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
In the near future.
In the near future.
Yeah.
Okay.
Near
Yeah.
future.
Yeah, good job.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, so anything else about the words? You have any questions?
You mean other word?
Yes, other words.
Mm, I have some questions
Okay.
that are not listed in vocabulary in
Okay.
article.
In article.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, sure,
not
sure.
in this part.
Okay. Um well here just a better word to say. Instead of
Okay.
restore, you can use the word recover.
Oh yeah, yeah, recover.
Recover.
Mhm.
Yes. Okay, here. And then um yeah, here you just need to put the article the for the stock
There.
market. Yes, because you are referring to a specific subject here, which is the stock
Yeah, yeah,
market.
yeah.
So you should put article. Okay?
Okay,
And then
okay.
another one is here. You will put the. Okay?
The.
Yes, and that makes it better.
Okay.
Okay, alright. Now, what is your question from the article? Is it about
Yeah.
future trends in transportation?
Yeah.
Okay.
hmm So I read it first,
Oh yeah, sure,
then
sure.
I ask the
Yeah, and
okay.
you can ask the questions.
Okay. The topic is future trends in transportation.
Okay.
Since the advent of commercial flight and high-speed rail,
Okay.
nothing or no significant technological change has affected the traveling public. Here in the early 21st century, consumers rely heavily on cars and trucks for daily transportation, and planes and boats and the trains for everything else.
Okay.
Although in these tough economic times, walking and bike riding has come back into favor for some, all countries are still heavily dependent upon oil
Okay.
as their main source for energy. However, oil resources are decreasing, forcing populations to look for alternatives.
Okay.
Oil reserves are expected to reach their peak in
Okay.
the next year or so, and then decline, sending energy prices through the roof. The downward trend in energy supplies is expected to trigger and transition in a way people transport themselves and the goods they need for day-to-day living.
Okay.
So what is expected happen? Populations are expected to move toward automated transport systems that move very fast, are
Okay.
highly are highly efficient, safe, and reliable. The adoption of the vehicles and the vessels will lead
Yes.
to automated highway systems and new modes of bigger and better public transit and freight transportation, light rail, and better freight trains. In other words, the goal seems to be to improve existing infrastructure to make it work for future technology. Some alternatives to modern day transportation that are being studied include the MagLev, which is short for magnetic levitation, which allows passenger vehicles to ride above the rail, so to speak, increasing speed by eliminating friction. MagLev has no moving parts, which enables the vehicles to reach speeds of 600 km per hour or 372 miles per hour in American speak.
Okay.
MagLev reportedly
Improves.
improves on existing technology of current high rail systems in operation in other parts of the world. In fact, MagLev is the first major innovation since the coming of the Industrial Revolution. MagLev trains went into operation in Shanghai in 2003. Hybrid cars are being developed with some already on the roadways. These hybrids use two types of motors, one usually a regular engine The other usually an electric motor. The electric motor kicks in when the motorist needs to save gasoline used by the other engine.
Okay.
Diesel is also expected to play a heavy part in coming technology because it can be made from both coal and other organic fuels.
Fuels. Okay.
There would be lower dependence on oil if diesel is utilized more. Another alternative to oil are biofuels, such as cooking oil. The public transit buses in Cincinnati, Ohio, for instance, smell like French fries cooking because of the emissions they release. These emissions are from the biofuel that they use to power the big people movers. Yet another developing trend is represented by fuel cells that have low environmental impact that are now in mass production. These fuel cells are powered by hydrogen and are considered a better way to power an automobile or truck. The world is in such a transition now that it is difficult to predict which
Which future?
future transportation trends will capture mass approval and which will fall to the wayside. Only time will tell. However, the world will have to act quickly to keep up with the changing needs of the world population, which is only gathered by the minute. Okay.
By the minute. Okay, great. So, wow. Again, I
It's
would
a
like,
long
yes,
topic.
but I would like to compliment you, really, indeed. You read it really good. The words are very clear, your intonation is there, though there are not really mispronounced, but just very tiny correction of the words, but that's not really it, because they
Uh-huh.
were pronounced well. So you just need
Uh-huh.
to be careful on that part. However, above all of this, you did great on
Mm-hmm.
reading. So I think you just
Oh.
need to keep on doing it because you're already there. You're improving.
Mm-hmm.
I can see it.
Mm-hmm. See, thank you.
Yes, okay. That's really good. That's really good. Alright. I'm really proud of it. Okay.
Yeah, thanks for your help.
Oh yes, and just please always do it. Read more, especially now in your holidays. You can
Mhm.
read English books to
Yeah,
improve more on it.
sometimes I watch some English title, English subtitle
Oh,
movies, and
movies. Okay.
I will copy their words
Oh, okay. Yes.
to imitate the way they speak.
Yes, that's just good. You know, most of the time we need something to push ourselves to
Yeah,
sound like
yeah,
them. It's not
yeah.
really to do the same, but we just
Mhm,
need to get something how they talk.
mhm.
Okay, and that's what I do, and that's what we call accent.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Accent,
accent.
yes. So that's what we just need to practice more and improve about how you speak and how you read. And then
Mhm,
I promise you, if you can able to improve more than this,
mhm,
well,
mhm.
you could sound really like a native speaker. Okay?
Mm, maybe takes many years.
Oh no, not many years because since we started our class
Mhm,
and then now you made a big progress on your pronunciation. Not really more of the grammar because that's a long practice that we should do every now and then, right? But about your pronunciation, it's good. It doesn't really need to sound like American people. It only need to sound clear, and that's what you did. All right.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Okay.
do it from reading and when you talk. But you're already
Okay.
there. It doesn't need years. You just need months from now. And I can assure you, you will become like that.
Okay.
Okay? Alright,
Thank you.
now let's go to the words that you have questions.
Yeah. In the third paragraph,
Third paragraph, okay?
in the third sentence,
Third sentence, okay?
so to speak.
So to speak. Ah, here.
Speak. What does this mean? So to speak.
Okay, from the sentence you can see here, which allows passenger vehicles to ride above the rail, so to speak.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. It can be a phrase.
Mm-hmm. Oral phrase,
Yeah.
so to speak. Means to ride above the rail.
It's a phrase which means to get attention.
Mm-hmm. Get attention.
Yes, to get attention to the fact that you are describing something in a way that is maybe amusing
Mm-hmm.
or it can be unusual
Mm-hmm.
rather than completely accurate. So when you state or say something to get the attention that you are describing or something in a way that is amusing, as you can see here, which allows passenger vehicles to ride above the rail, so to speak. So this is the fact that you are describing,
Yeah.
which is not really, or which is not completely accurate, but that's a fact, which means true. Okay, so it's just like when you end your sentence, so to speak, it also means this is what I know, this is the truth, just like that, the same, so to
Yeah.
speak. Okay. All right, so we just used the word to speak because, so to speak, because you are speaking out something that is true,
Yeah.
like that. So it's just like saying, which allows passengers vehicles to ride above the rail that I see, that I know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
that is true.
Yeah.
So it's just the same as so to speak. Okay. So let's say
So this
yes.
this speak is different from the in the next two sentences. There is a speak as well in American speak.
Where is it?
These two speak next two sentences in American speak. These two speak have different meaning.
I'm not really sure here, but when you say American speak, that's how American talk. American talk, all right? But I think this word should be speech.
American speech.
Okay, it's not speech, it's not also speak, it's speed. Because we're talking about here, reach speeds of 600 km per hour or 372 miles per hour in American speed. Okay, so that's a typo error. It's a typo error.
It's an American unit to measure speed.
Yes, exactly. Right? Yeah, yes. Okay, so this is speed, so not speak. Yes, exactly. Oh, good job. Okay. That shows good grammar comprehension. Great. Okay. All right.
Because I never use this word this way.
Okay. All right. So it's a typo error. I'm sorry. So this is speed, not speak. Okay, but going back to so to speak, look at this. After you
Yeah.
said this phrase, there is a sentence, increasing speed by eliminating friction. So this is the fact that you are describing,
Yeah.
and that's why you said so to speak. Okay, it's not this part. This is just describing. But then you end your sentence so to speak, which I mean like that, right? To tell you the
Oh,
truth,
okay.
to prove
Yeah.
it to you, increasing
Mhm.
speed by eliminating friction. So this is the fact that you are describing.
Mhm.
That's why you used so to speak.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
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 Like, for example, in a meeting, you say,
Mhm.
as you can see in the pictures, there are percentage of sales that we are having through right now.
Mhm.
So to
Mhm.
speak, our sales last year was
Mhm.
20%, and
Mhm.
this year it's 25%, like that.
Mhm.
Okay?
Okay.
So
Okay.
you can say, so to speak, this is our problem now. It only raised
Mhm.
for 5%, like that.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Okay, so that's how you use this phrase to describe
Okay.
something fact. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
Okay, next word.
Next word
Yeah, let's slide it up.
is the last sentence,
Last sentence.
mm,
Okay.
which is only getter by the minute.
Okay, to keep up with the changing needs of the world population, which is only okay.
Get. Get.
There is no such word as getter.
Mm, yeah, I
Uh,
never saw this word.
okay, let me search it. Oh, there's a word getter,
Mhm.
but this is not appropriate in this sentence because getter. Okay, just for you to know, there is a word getter, which means a person or thing that gets a specified desirable thing. Like, for example, you are an attention getter.
Mhm.
Okay, here.
Attention
Yeah,
getter.
yeah. Okay, I'll just put
Sorry,
the sentence here. You are. Can you see the sentence?
you are
You are an attention
an
getter.
attention getter.
So, yeah, when you say attention getter here, it describes that you always seek, you always
Mhm.
get the attention of people, even if it's not necessary.
Mhm. You mean
You always do
I?
something that people will notice you. So you are attention getter then.
Oh, okay.
Okay. People are silently working in your office, but because you are an attention getter person, you always do something for them to notice you, to see you, like that. So you are an attention getter, okay?
Mhm.
So there is a word getter.
So,
However, in this sentence, it should be only gets better, okay?
mhm.
Which only,
Gets better.
yes. Oh, getting better, sorry, because there is this verb, is, okay, this one, which is only getting better by the minute,
Mhm.
okay?
However, getting better, not
Yes.
getter.
Yes, not getter. Okay, because there's nothing you get from this sentence, right?
Mhm. You
Look,
mean the changing world, the changing needs of the world population
yes,
is 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 mm, is respond very quickly,
yes, by minute,
er, by minutes.
yes.
Uh huh.
Okay, look, however, the world will have to act quickly to keep up with the changing needs of the world population which is only getting better by the minute. When you say getting better, um, okay, it's kind of not appropriate because we're talking about pollution, right? So
Mhm.
I will ask about this if it's better, but this could be worse.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay, I think this is better to use worse because we're talking about changing the needs and then quickly we have to act quickly, so that's kind of negative to say better,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Okay, so here, worse. That's right.
Okay.
Wow, thank
Okay.
you. Okay, I did not notice it
Good.
in the end of
Because I
the,
feel confused. I feel confused
or
about this sentence.
it feels weird, right?
Yeah.
It's weird that we're talking about acting quickly to, or about the population, but the word is getting better because there is nothing better when we talk about population,
Mhm.
which is becoming
Okay.
bigger, right? Okay, so good job there. I think it's worse, but I'll try to confirm it if that's the
Okay.
sentence it says, or if that's what it says here. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, but anyways, getter.
Mhm.
You said
So
you did
they.
not hear any word like this, so now you know there is a word getter.
So there's word getter
Yes. Y-
existing.
yes, exactly. There's a word getter. Okay?
Okay.
So remember, getter means you get a specific or specified desirable thing.
Mhm.
Okay? So,
For
clear?
example.
Okay, for example, yes, let's see.
For example. Mm, mm, I I make a lot of money. Can I say I'm a money getter?
Again, one more time.
I want to make a lot of money, so I work very hard to make to be a money getter.
Okay,
Can I use this way?
yes, but let's rearrange your sentence.
Hmm.
Yeah, because when you say getter,
Mm,
it's a noun,
yeah.
and that's what you are talking about in the sentence. So better to say, I am a money getter
Hmm.
because I love to work very hard. And
Yeah.
okay, I'll put the sentence here. Yeah, okay, I am. Okay, go ahead. I am a money
Money,
getter.
money getter.
Yes, money getter. Because,
Cause,
okay, continue. What's your sentence? Yes, that's right.
cause I work very hard. Yes.
Yeah,
I'm money getter because I work very hard. Gee. So money getter is the result. The reason is that I worked very hard.
okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, I am a money getter because I work very hard. There's something missing.
Something missing.
Yeah, because it does not complete that you work very hard to be a money getter. It sounds negative.
I'm money getter
Yes.
because I work very hard. I'm money getter
Okay.
because I work.
It's better to put this way. I am a good money getter because I work. Okay, I work really hard
Mhm.
to have. Okay. Well. Oh, I suddenly forgot the word. To have a high paying job.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, which means that because of your skill, good skill, because
Mhm. Mhm.
you are or you are what do you call this one? Your skill is your specialty.
Mhm.
So you are
Yeah.
good in your you are good in terms of doing your job in a company. So
Yeah.
you okay?
Because of my expertise,
Yes, your expertise exactly. Very good. So then
so I
you
can use take advantage of my expertise
yes
to
and
get a good job.
exactly.
Then I can become a money getter.
Yes, exactly. Okay,
I
so
think.
aside from working hard
Mhm.
and having your expertise, of course,
Mhm.
you would also love to have a high paying job. So that's why you are a good money getter.
Okay.
Okay, which means that you have a good salary because you work hard. So that's why you are a good money getter. Okay? So
Okay.
just be careful when you use this word getter. It might become negative depending on how you create your sentence.
Okay.
Okay, because it might mean that you work hard because of money, not
Mhm.
because you like your job, you do your job well. That
Mhm.
may mean like that. Okay, so that's why just be
Okay.
careful.
Okay. Thanks
Okay.
for your explanation of this
Okay.
word, getter.
Yeah, getter, okay? So just be careful. Getter can be positive or negative depending on how you put it in a sentence. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
Okay, no
Thank you.
questions?
Nope. I think I got the point of this article.
Okay, now let's see the question. Number one. What is the main idea
Okay.
of the article?
Okay. Due to increasing demand for oil, leading to higher and higher oil prices, people are seeking for new design of transportation vehicles that are more energy saving and power sufficient.
Okay.
Even looking for an alternative to substitute 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 oil
Substitute. Yeah, that's right. Substitute.
substitute oil consumption, such as diesel, biofuel, or a new type of electrical battery.
Okay. Electrical
So
battery. Okay. You can say substitute or substitute.
substitute
Substitute.
or substitute
Yeah, substitute. Okay.
to it means to replace something with something, right?
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
So I think the main idea of this article is to tell us there are people are seeking for new design of transportation.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes, exactly.
to 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 replace oil.
Yeah, to replace oil. Okay. Yeah, I like your
Yeah.
idea here. Okay. And then just a very simple correction. People are seeking for, okay, article A, for a new design. Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
that's a specific
New
subject
design.
again here. Yeah, a new design of transportation vehicles. And that makes your sentence better. Good job.
Okay.
Okay, so does it happen nowadays in your country?
Mm, in Taiwan, more people are buying electric cars,
Okay.
but the prices of electric cars are still very high.
Ah, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Depending on the type
So
of car as well, right?
yeah, not it's not affordable for usual people like me.
Yes, exactly.
only the richest can buy it.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, all right. So that's why the
Yes.
demand, right, is
Yeah.
increasing.
I hope that government will provide some financial assistance to help us
Yes,
buy the electric car.
I agree, exactly. And you need years of saving
Maybe.
money. Years of
Yeah,
saving money. Decades of saving
maybe,
money.
maybe.
Maybe. Okay.
But I think it's the trend that we should change to electric car.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, because there is no gas emission,
Okay.
and it will reduce the the global warming.
Oh, yes.
It's very serious
Yeah,
right now.
exactly.
The
So,
temperature is getting higher every year.
and that's why I'm really,
Mm.
I just feel really weird. I just feel it's
Yeah.
weird because people
Mhm.
are
Yeah.
focusing on such
Mhm.
not really useful,
Mhm.
right? Because we're suffering from global warming. It's really a
Yeah.
serious change in climate, weather, and so on. But people are
Yeah.
still, looking for and demanding on such products or items
Oh yeah.
that really affect the environment as well as
Mhm.
spending too much money.
Yeah, because I think it's the nature of human being. We are
Exactly, to earn
kind
money.
of
To earn
we're
money,
kind of selfish. We only care about
yes, ourselves.
our yeah to make our living comfortable, not caring about the future. I
Yes,
think.
exactly, exactly, and that's what really happens nowadays.
Yeah. So
It's just really
so
so scary.
mm, you know the president of USA, the Trump, even say there is no global warming. He
Yeah, when
said,
they act,
I feel cold.
yes, when they act, they don't act. They are worried. They are scared, but they
Yeah.
act like just to show off, but they don't really care.
Yeah.
And that's what I really hate the most, which is happening right now. People don't seem to
Mhm.
care what's going to happen in the next coming years.
Yeah.
They
That's right.
just selfishly want to have what they want.
Yeah.
Like
There's
that.
already many significant evidence of the effect of global warming.
Yes,
But we some people are still to neglect it. Yeah.
neglect. Yes,
Neglect. So
neglect.
mhm.
Yeah, yes,
They
exactly.
say there's no global warming.
Yes,
Yeah.
and that's just really a very huge topic to explain
Pro-
to people like those.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's yeah,
It's a huge problem.
it's just really disappointing, especially now that we are still on the COVID-19.
Mhm.
People,
Probably.
yes, the virus COVID-19.
Mhm. You
You
mean?
would see that people's behavior are
Mhm.
becoming more and more disappointing
Mhm.
because they don't seem to care to other people
Mhm.
or they don't seem to give concern
Mhm. To the
to the people, to
population.
the population, to the countrymen. But
Mhm.
I just don't know what to say.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah.
just really getting worse, and I'm just really afraid to
Mhm.
see my children,
Mhm.
children's life in the future, and that makes me really scared about.
You mean the Earth is already damaged by our
Us.
generation.
Yes, it has
Uh-huh.
been really damaged so seriously or
Yeah.
seriously. Just up until our generation. So, if we won't do anything about it from now on, what's going to happen
Yeah.
to the next generations, our children, right? It's just so scary
Maybe.
to think of that. How is life going to be in the next coming years?
Yeah. Maybe there will no more land.
Yes, there will be no
Yeah.
more lands,
Yeah.
and then
Only
trees, like the
because
Amazon forest. Have you heard of that?
you mean
The Amazon forest
it's being cut down by
has
heavily.
been burned.
Yeah, burned.
The president
Burned.
itself did it.
They they
just
try
to
to.
just to have plans to build something,
Mhm.
but they killed so many trees and animals that don't deserve to be killed or to die. So it's just
Yeah.
really scary how people show their selfishness to nature, especially to nature.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because burning is the fastest way to cut down trees.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly. You know what? I love the part that we had this virus COVID-19. Okay, I'm not telling you I love COVID-19. Okay, I just love the
Because
part because the Earth suddenly had to rest for a while.
yeah, I agree with you.
Right? But if you would tell it to people who are on business way, they would not agree because they selfishly just want to earn money. But for me, I
Yeah.
love that it happened. But I feel sorry for those who
Yeah.
died because of this virus. However, at once, for over 100 years or 1,000 of years, the Earth had rest for a while. And
Yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah,
just
yeah.
very, very important, which
Yeah.
yeah, I I love that it happened. I'm
Yeah,
thankful. I'm thankful that it
thanks to
happened.
the pandemic,
Okay.
there's reduced human activity.
Yes, reduced human activities, pollution, forest damaging, and so on. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. However, we're not really sure because if people, if they stopped,
Mhm.
then the next time they do it double up, twice. Right?
Mhm.
They will catch up.
The
You know what I mean? Like if people used to cut trees hundreds in a
Yeah.
day, and they suddenly stopped just for a week or a month, then they will
Yeah.
cut trees for about, let's say, 400 or 500. Right?
Uh-huh.
That's how people act. So that's why I'm afraid
Oh,
people will
oh,
do it twice because of the pandemic. Did you get my point?
yeah, I got your point.
Yes.
Because it's kind of like mm,
Catching up.
catching up what they have slowed down.
Yes, and what they have lost
Yeah. What
because
they
of
have
the
lost.
days of the pandemic, coronavirus.
So they will speed up their pace to.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm afraid about. When
Because humans
it goes
are
back.
always greedy.
Yes, that's the word greedy is always, or it can be always described to us humans,
Yeah.
and I just
We
don't know why.
always want to more.
Yes, just for the sake of money, just for the sake of to have something you want, right? But you don't think of the consequences that will happen in the future because of the
They don't
wrongdoings.
think of the environment cost.
Yes, which because of the wrongdoings. So it's just really so sad to talk about such ways.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks God we have a pandemic to give a reset for the earth.
Yes, I am very thankful of the pandemic, but I am also praying so deep that the government officials will give what's best to people, and people will give what's best to the nature, or, right, our mother nature.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Thanks for your sharing.
Oh yes, and what's important is that I'm hearing you talking. That's my point there. So you're having a
Yeah,
good exchange of thoughts and ideas with me, and that's very important to improve your English. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, well, anyways, your answer here is good. No corrections at all. Now let's just have number two. What are some
Okay.
alternatives in modern transportations?
Okay. First, and and first one is a magnetic floating train called
Okay.
Magley that passengers can get their cars on board.
Okay.
Yeah, and the second one,
Yeah. Okay.
secondly, they secondly the hybrid car that are powered by gasoline
Okay.
and the electric motor. Alternatively,
Yes.
alternatively,
Yeah. Alternatives. Okay. And then hybrid car that are powered by gasoline and electrical or electric motor, alternatively.
it means sometimes powered by gasoline and sometimes powered by electricity.
Ah, okay, okay. Alternately, not alternatively. Alternately.
Or alternate, yeah.
Yes.
I use the wrong word.
Okay.
Alternate,
Yes. Alternately.
alternately.
Yes. Okay. And then motor into motors because you're using gasoline and electrical or electric.
Alternately.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Alternately. Okay. And that makes it better.
Okay. Okay. Then there are still some
Okay, cars.
alternative, 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 and an alternate. Different word.
Okay.
Then then new there's some vehicles that replace oil consumption with mm, with biofuel.
Okay. Biofuel. Yes.
Yeah, and fuel
Yeah.
cells, and And, I forgot it. Oh,
Okay.
diesel. Yeah.
Diesel.
Yeah. And the
Kind of
diesel.
gasoline.
Diesel. Yeah. How to spell it? Diesel. D-I-E-S-E-L.
Yes.
D-I-E.
D-I-E-S-E-L.
Yeah, okay. I think there are three kind of alternatives.
Yes. Okay, so then some vehicles that replace oil consumption with biofuel, fuel cells, and diesel. Okay, which is not too much, right? Not too much consumption.
Yeah, because these are alternative can reduce oil consumption.
Okay. I'm just wondering about your sentence here. Then some vehicles that replace oil.
Mm.
That will replace or can be replaced.
That some
Then some vehicles
that can.
Okay. You can say here, there are some vehicles, okay, that can replace, and that makes it better. Okay, because the start of your sentence is kind of missing.
Okay.
Okay, so to complete the thought, there are some vehicles that can replace oil consumption with biofuel, fuel cells, or diesel. Okay?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah. All right, good job again. Yes. So
all these are the alternatives.
Alternatives.
To oil.
Yes.
To modern transportation.
Which are not very consuming, right?
Consuming.
Yeah, consuming. Okay, here.
Yeah.
Which are not very consuming. When you say consuming, it means unlike other gasoline, it's too much.
Oh yeah, gasoline fuel.
It's
cars.
too much that people get it from the nature.
Yeah.
And then the smoke from it affects the pollution.
Yeah.
But with this biofuel, fuel cells, or diesel, it's not too much to use, as well as it does not really have a big effect on our pollution.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. No questions? Number 2? Nothing else?
Number 2. Yeah, I think there are all the alternatives that I can think of.
Okay, yeah, which are safe and which are better? I think so.
I think the electric car are the best, and diesel isn't good.
Yeah, is one of the best. One of the best.
Diesel fuel cars are still release some pollution.
Yes, but I think there's nothing to say it's better, it's best, because it still becomes smoke that affects our environment.
Smoke. Oh,
yes,
you mean,
right?
but fuel cells it utilize the hydrogen and
Exactly, that's right.
And the oxygen.
Yes, but not all people can afford it.
So the end product of hydrogen and oxygen are water.
Yes.
And the water, I think water won't be harmful for the environment.
Exactly. That's why there's nothing to say here which is better, which is best. Because
But I think the process of producing fuel cells still be harmful for our environment.
exactly, especially it becomes harmful when the number of people becomes more and more,
Mhm.
right?
And even the producing process of
Is
the
also
fuel cell.
yeah has also an
I
effect
mean,
or disadvantage.
I mean the factory that making fuel cells are still producing pollutant to the environment.
Yes, exactly. All right, so it always end up on such way.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, since our time is up, so this will be your homework
Yeah.
on number 3, number 4 next time,
Okay.
and we will have
Okay.
part 5. It's about the opinion sample,
Okay.
so please put your answers
Okay.
there, and I'm looking forward
Okay.
to seeing it again. Good job
Okay.
indeed tonight, Herman.
Yeah. You two have a good night.
Yes. Thank you very much, Jack. I really enjoyed our conversation. Talk to you next time.
Thank you.
Oh,
Okay, see you
have a
next week.
yes. Have a happy weekend. Enjoy.
Yeah.
Take care.
You too.
Okay.
Bye bye. Take care.
Bye bye.
Bye.